Hello, race fans, and welcome once again to the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge. Here we are, season number 1, round number 12 here at Autoclub Speedway. And the sun is going down here in Fontana, California, and going to have some more Saturday night racing in store for you tonight. And the guys, they're getting a little close to the end of the practice session. We still have maybe about 7 or 8 minutes to go. Pretty decent night out there tonight. 77 degree air temperature. Winds are at 3 miles an hour. That track temperature is very comfortable, 81 degrees. Almost perfect night for racing here at Auto Club. And we got to try to catch up with some guys from last week. And one of the guys we really want to catch up with is they had a little bit of a little scoring issue going on last week, and the guys were the scoring got a little out of shape there, and so they had to go back and look at the replays and get everything figured out, as far as who finished where. And the guy that we're really trying to get a hold of is this gentleman right here, Patrick Hernandez, and I'm gonna try to see if I can just grab him because we're getting ready to wrap up practice, so they're just about done anyway. And we're going to see if we can get him up into the broadcast booth here. But we have to see if I can, if this is big enough, if I can grab him and bring him up there. That'll be great. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just jump down to his channel. He's in HF1 Motorsports there. Right now he's 15th fastest. And let's see if we can go down there with him. Hey, Patrick, this is Tony up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, man, I can hear you.
Yeah, man, I don't want to interrupt you. I know you're trying to finish up there, but, man, I'd had to grab you before qualifying because we just wanted to we heard the good news. We wanted to congratulate you, man. I tell you. You came away with that victory last week after kind of a little confusing start there, and we just wanted to reach out to you before the race today and offer you congratulations, buddy.
Man, thank you. Last week, race on Sunday, man, was a total mess because I don't know what happened with the scoring of our racing there at the end. It Everything shuffled back. But after a couple hours later, when I get the news that hey, you are the race winner, man, I was extremely happy. I
Uh,
really worked hard at that, and coming from the back like 4 times, and on every restart, I was caught on slower cars. Man, it was horrible.
yeah, I tell you, man, you've really been persevering this season because we've seen you time and time again work your way to the front, and it never seems to be a surprise, and this time it really paid off for you.
And there have been races that I have the consistent pace to be inside the top 10. There are some races that I'm going horribly, but um, late race miracles always happen there, and I try to get some spots. But it's been like a 50-50 season. Some good races, some bad races, but I'm doing everything in my power to be as most consistent as possible. So that way, let's see if I have a chance to fight for a title.
Absolutely, and man, just great to see come away with that win. And as always, we know you're going to keep fighting for it. And I think they're getting ready to switch over to qualifying here in a couple of minutes. But congratulations again, and good luck tonight. And who knows, we might be talking to you after the race again tonight.
Thank you, Tony. Have a nice one.
All right, now you too. That's last week's winner, Patrick Hernandez, and hoping to repeat that miracle win from last week, and maybe do it in the more of the original, in the more standard way. Just race your way right to the front, and hopefully stay out of trouble. And let's go ahead and let's see what time we have. We're at 57 minutes. We got about 3 minutes to go. And let's go take a look at some of the guys. There's Sean Huffstadler. He's fifth fastest at the moment with that 40.366. And there's the 27, Mike Vano. He's in your top 10. In fact, he's 10th fastest with the 40.468. There's the 44, Maurice Gomillion. He's 14th quickest at the moment at 45.67. And let's see who else is out there. There's the 12 car. He's 18th quickest, Ryan Ferraro with that 40.582. And not too many other people, 2 or 3 more. There's Dustin Swingle in the 9 car. He's 22nd fastest right now. And, got a little out of shape there. And still trying to get a handle on that 9 car. And hopefully he'll be able to move a little further up into the field. There's Vincent Sora going backwards in the grass, but he's still second fastest with that 40.320. And I guess he's having fun. He's going back. He's practicing, rehearsing for later, perhaps. You never know. There's the 5 car, Tom Sinchak, and he's third fastest right now with a 40.326. And I don't see anybody else out on the track at this moment. But so while we're waiting here, let's go ahead and take a look at the point standings. As they are right now. Vincent Sora, he's about 2 points ahead of Dustin Swingle there, and you see the rest of the guys as we look down. They're top 18 in points. There's a bit of a gap between everybody else. Several points there. You have to go all the way down to about, I'd say. Looks like battle between 13th and 14th, Joshua Stevens and Mike Vano. They're the only other 2 that I see at the moment that are separated by 2 points. And there's a lot of racing going on other than just at the top. And so we definitely try to cover it all here at Rice Motorsports TV, and make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our channel so you know every time we go live. And also as a reminder, we also have live timing. There's a link in the you go to the Rice Motorsports channel there, and you look down in the description. There's a link to our live timing, so you can bring that up. If you're watching on television or something, you can bring it up on your phone, and it'll give you detailed information on all the drivers in the field. You can see what I see, and a little tip: when you look at it on your phone, look at it in landmark view, and you can see more information at one time. And it's another little feature we try to bring you here at Rice Motorsports TV. And we're gonna go ahead and get this off the screen because I think the session just ended, and we're about to roll over to qualifying here. Looks like we're going into we have 5-minute qualifying. It's single car qualifying. There can be multiple cars on track at time, but we can only see one at a time. Looks like we see Sinchak. Looks like he's coming out on the track, and might be one of the first ones, perhaps. We'll see what kind of times he gets. And so far, no one has actually posted any times yet. So he might be one of the first ones to come across the start finish line, and that should be his first time lap now that he just started. So next time around, we'll see what he has, and as we see some other times on the board, we'll focus on that driver. Sinchak making his way down the back stretch. Beautiful sunset here in Fontana, California. Beautiful night for racing. All right, let's see what he gets here this first time around, and he will come away with a right now he's on the pole. Oh, looks like he just got bumped. He has a 40.368, and he did get bumped by the number 14, Vincent Sora, with the 40.347. Sinchak right now is still showing second. David Sanders, he's currently third with that 40.651. That's a good time there for David. Adam Westfield, he's third fastest now with 40.498. At the moment, he's followed by Jesse Thornock, fourth fastest with the 40.597. And the time, the positions are changing very quickly as we speak. Now, Aaron Kralik is up to third position with that 40.481. There's a 21 of Kyle Rochelle, seventh fastest with a 40.613. We're coming up on 3 minutes done here. There's Landon Durhol in the 24 machine. He's sixth fastest at the moment with that 40.557. Looks like he may be done for qualifying. Got both of his laps in. There's a 19. Okay, Merrick Watchorn, he might be done. He's not on track now. He's 13th fastest with a 40.651. There's the 27 of Mike Vano. Looks like he's 15th fastest at the moment with the 40.696, making his way down the back stretch. We'll ride along with him here, see if he picks up that time. Oh, it looks like he went down a little too low, and they really got away from him. We saw a couple of guys that the cars are seeming like they're a little loose. They're going into turn 3. They build up that speed on the backstretch, so that may be it for his qualifying time. Let's see who's else out there. There's Rob Slider. He doesn't have a time as of yet in the number 13 car. Let's see if he is this the end of a hot lap? It is, and it's good for 11th fastest with that 40.599. Less than a minute to go now in qualifying. Let's see who else is out there. See, there's Maurice Gomillion. He's 18th fastest with a 40.958. And here's the Thomas Walter, 57, provisional pole at the moment with a 40.303. Good time there by the 57 driver. That's going to be hard to beat there. And looks like not too many other folks on track. There's James Trammell. He's 17th quickest at the moment with that 40.754. He's got a lot of work to beat that 303, though. Let's see how far he can move up the order. This should be his second and final. Oh, little connection there. Okay. The qualifying ended, I guess, before he could finish his lap. So I guess he doesn't, that one won't count for him there. So we'll go ahead and everybody's coming on the pit road here. And we're waiting for folks to come out on track. Yeah, here are the guys now. They're starting to join the starting grid. We'll go ahead and turn off the pit lane. We don't need that on right this second. And as they're finalizing, everybody getting out on the track, got a good field tonight. Looks like I'm showing 23 cars in the server, so that's a decent field there. Waiting for the pace truck to get them rolling, and while we're waiting for that, let's go ahead and look at your starting grid here. And we've got Thomas Walter on the pole with that 43.03. Vincent Sora is second place. Starting third is Tom Sinchak. Dustin Swingle in fourth. He's trying to stay close to Sora there. He's right there with him. Adam Westfield fifth. Sean Huffstutler sixth position. Aaron Kralik seventh. David Sanders starting in the 8th position. In 9th, we have Landon Durhold. Rounding out the top 10 is Jesse Thornock. 11th position is Rob Slider. Kyle Rochelle in 12th position. In 13th position, we have Max Foner. 14th, Douglas Carlson. Merrick Watchhorn is in 15th. We're used to seeing him a little further up in the field. We'll see how he does tonight. Mike Vano 16th, James Trammell 17th, Ryan Ferraro 18th, Maurice Gomillion 19th position. Starting 20th is Drayton Cook. Dakota Moniz 21st. Last week's winner, Patrick Hernandez, starting in the 22nd position. Starting 23rd is Matt Miller. Starting 24th is Chip Parks. And I believe that is indeed everyone. It looks like we have the majority of them are Chevys anyway throughout the field, but looks like we've got like 3 Fords in the top 10. All the rest are Chevys. You know, that battle between the Fords and the Chevys. So the Fords do have 2 or 3 of them in there. $150 laps in store for us tonight. Pace truck will be coming off here, coming out of turn 4. There he goes. We're going to wait for that green flag, see if we get it. Waiting for the start, and we've got it, and we're racing here at Fontana. Everyone off to a good start. Walter taking them down into turn 1. Vincent Sora taking a look on the outside. There goes the 5-car Sinchak. He wasn't sure where he wanted to go. He was thinking it might go high there at first. Now he's taking a dip below the 57. Nice big wide track to work with here. Boy, this is going to be fun tonight, folks. See what these guys do with all this space. Sora looking on the outside, trying that outside line. See if it'll work for him there. We got the 9-car Dustin Swingle right behind the 14. And the 57 of Walter right down on the paint as they approach turn 1. Although Sora is ahead, Walter's trying to hang on, but he can't quite do it. Go ahead and give the point to Vincent Sora, your new leader. There's 92 of Adam Westfield in 4th position, following those top 3 there. Probably it may be more of a game of just follow the leader for the moment. Let those tires get in good operating temperature and let this race get sorted out. We got a long ways to go, and should see some good racing today. Fontana's a nice big wide track. You got about 5 lanes there to work with. I'd say more 4. You might not want to be all the way down the bottom going into turn 3. But they dive in, Westfield, keeping within 2/10 there of 3rd place Swingle. Got a good run. Let's see who's behind. They've got a little bit of a gap there, 3/10 back to Sinchak. Tom Sinchak, and he's got Landon Durhol is right on his tail. Only just over 1/10 of a second behind the number 5 car. There's the 13 of Rob Slider. He's 7th position at the moment. Trying to keep the 16 of Aaron Kralik behind him. Everybody's spaced out nicely here. I love it. And we have a caution. Let's see what happened here. Looks like maybe the Chip Parks. It looks like. Let's see if we can find him on track here. I don't even see his car. on my screen. Not sure. Let's go ahead and look at the replay here and see if we can see what happened. Oh, he's already sliding. Let's run that back a little bit more so we can see what happened to Chip there. He might, okay, he was running well behind the field, and it looks like it probably just got away from him there as he's coming around. And, oh, boy, yeah, and he ended up going in the grass there. Yeah, and that's pretty much all it was. And, oh, he did hit the inside wall right there at the winner's circle. And when he came back up on the track, that's probably what triggered the caution right there. Oh, and he caught the end of the pit road wall. Oh, man, that was a tough break there for the 30 there. Let's take it back live. Parks is on pit road. Now, it looks like he's trying to get that car fixed without using a fast repair. They do get one fast repair, but while only 6 laps in, you really don't want to burn it now. So he's probably going to lose at least a lap. You know, we'll see. Oh, it might have. Looks like he decided to put the car behind the wall. Probably had too much damage. He's going to lose too much time. So yeah, that's a tough break for the 30 of Chip Parks there. Vincent Sora now your leader here on lap 6, and he's bringing the. Oh, okay. And he's not bringing the field in, but some folks did come. There's Landon Durhol. He said, "You guys stay out. I'm gonna come on in here." He's followed by the 16, Aaron Kralik, and he's got the 94, Sean Huffstutler behind him. And let's see, anybody. There's a few more guys coming in. There's the 28 of Jesse Thornock, and he's followed by the 86 there, Douglas Carlson. That was the there's a 7 machine, David Sanders. Sanders in. Several other guys. Mike, I'm sorry, that's Ryan Ferraro. He's in. Mike Vano got the 27 machine in. It seemed like about 2/3 of the field came in and the rest stayed out. So these guys are going to have, they may be banking on hopefully get a long green flag run here and may catch the leaders out. You never know. Sora and company coming down the backstretch. So it looked like all but the top 8 cars pitted that time. That would be Vincent Sora and Thomas Walter, Dustin Swingle third, and Adam Westfield, the 92 car. Then the 5, Tom Sinchak, Rob Slider, Matt Miller, and James Trammell, the 20 car. And actually, okay, yes, Trammell, they're showing him, okay, now he decided he is going to come in. So now it's actually only 7 cars that did not pit this time under this caution. And he might have decided, I'm going to go ahead and do like the rest of these guys. He might be kicking himself right now. If he had came in at the beginning, he wouldn't have lost so much track position. And he might have just changed his mind at the last moment and said, okay, we'll go ahead and get some tires and fuel here. And because as big and wide as this track is, there's a very good chance of having a long green flag run here and possibly even green flag pit stops. And if these guys just keep doing it, like with that caution we had, it was only because the 30 of Chip Parks got a little loose there and ended up crashing into the infield wall. So very good chance of having some green flag runs here. So we'll see whether that strategy to stay out paid off for the lead cars. The lights are out on the pace truck. So we'll be going green this time around. On lap 8 of 150. Looking for that green flag for the restart. And here we go. Sora with a fairly good jump there. And the 57, Thomas Walter, he had Swingle right behind him and looked almost like he was getting pushed. And I don't know, they might have caught him sleeping at the switch there because Sora got a good start there. But there's a little bit of drafting action going on down this backstretch. It's just about long enough you can draft up to the car ahead of you. So they're starting to pull in there now. Thomas Walter back there in second position. Adam Westfield now battling for that third spot with the 9-car Dustin Swingle. Swingle staying down there on that inside line, seeing if that's going to pay off for him as they come out of turn 2. Here they're in the middle of 1 and 2. It looks like he's starting to inch just ahead. And they ain't quite got there yet. He's fighting. It looks like he's got it. And here comes the 5. He's going to try to get Westfield as well if he can. Swingle, he moves up to the high side. Had a little bit of a wiggle going on there. He's got him high and low right now. There's Sinchak on the inside. He's going to try to do the same thing to Swingle that Swingle did to Westfield. Looks like it might pay off. He's definitely got the position at the moment. If he can get enough momentum off the corner. It looks like he didn't that time. He tucked in behind the 9-car. And Rob Slider, he's moving his way up to the top 5 spot. Westfield's falling back a couple of positions now, back to 7th. And Slider, he's under pressure himself from the Landon Durham. Oh, boy, and Slider had room to, he pushed up there just a little bit. Maybe give credit to Durham there. He saw him moving up just a little bit and made sure he had room. Want to keep this thing green for sure. These laps, as big as this track is, these laps can really click off quick here if we keep going. A little further back, there's Merrick Watchhorn, and now in the 8th position, trying to see if he can work his way up through the field. He's favoring that low line move up a little bit as he goes to turn 1. A lot of traffic there in front of him. Very tight pack of cars there in front of the 19. Right now he's about almost 0.3 of a second behind Aaron Crawley. Trying to close that down ever so slightly. Starting to work his way in there. Figuring this track out. Seeing what he has to do. You know he has the ability to get his way to the front. And back at the this is the bottom of the top 10 here. Drayton Cook, he's your 10th place runner. He's got a couple of seconds on Ryan Ferraro there. A lot of action going on in front of the 48 there. There is a 16 acrylic right in front of him. Trying to decide if you want to try to make a move under the 16. Getting the nose on, you got to be so careful because it's so easy for the cars to push up to the wall here at Fontana when you come off a 4. And you really got to get it timed right. You got to have the tires under you to make that pass if you're going to try it coming out of 4, because that can go wrong for you there. Crawlick himself is taking a look on the inside of the 24 car, Landon Durhol. He's not close enough, really. Oh, Durhol is close there. I couldn't see who that was in front of him. Looks like maybe Watchorn, I believe. No, Watchorn's down on the inside, I think. But, oh, boy. A little bit of close quarter driving there. A lot of the field is pretty close together. This is sort of like a second pack here. There's Jesse Thornock. He's in with that group. He's currently running 13th position. He's got Sean Huffstutler there right in front of him. Huffstutler down there on the inside, the 94 car. And he's trying to. It looked like Thornock has got Carlson in the 86. He's got Thornock on the inside, and there's a. Oh boy, Carlson in the 86. He ran up on the back of Huffstutler there. I can't see who that is in front of Thornock there. Let's see. I think that's the 12 car, Ryan Ferraro. Yeah, that's the 12 of Ryan Ferraro there. There's Douglas Carlson. He's also in that pack. Everybody battling there for positions. Meanwhile, we have a new leader, Thomas Walter. Got that lead from Vincent Soref. Well, he was back to third, and actually, look who's at the front. Boy, that didn't take long. Merrick Watchorn. He got to the front. Boy, he got there quick, and he pulling away. Whatever it was he had to figure out, he figured it out. And I tell you, we've seen him race to the front. I think we saw it at Homestead. He raced to the front, and about halfway through the race, especially on those long green flag runs, some of these guys out here were starting to figure it out, and they would start to run down the 19 car. So, yeah, Watchorn, he's out the front right now, but we'll look and see if he can keep the pace up and hopefully maintain this gap. Now he's a little over half a second from Vincent Sora. Boy, I tell you, they're really battling back there. Boy, they're almost 3 wide as they go down into turn one. Not quite. And some of them are kind of just about are 3 wide going down to turns 1 and 2. Now they make their way to the back stretch. Sora's got all kinds of excitement going on behind him. And they're right along with Aaron Krolick there. I mean, they've really been changing positions. He's up to third spot now, and he's really battling with Sinchak for that third position. 1/100th of a second in the 5 car. He might get it this time going into turn 1. Let's see who's got the best line. Oh, boy, that's close. Sinchak kind of goes wide there a little bit. They got real close there going into 1. Managed to stay off of each other there. That was good for Krolick. And now he's got Landon Durhold to worry about right on his bumper. And I tell you, they're just zooming around this track tonight. 20 laps on the board of 150. Now, Watchorn, he had about a half a second. That gap is now down to 4/10 of a second. So he's not quite running off into the sunset, literally. And look at the 16, Aaron Krolick. Just shoot by Vincent Sora there. Excellent run off the corner. Good grief. He got a good run that time. And we've seen Krolick up at the front, towards the beginning of the season. He was up there, and then he'd been having a little string of bad luck, and now it seems like he's catching his stride again, and right back up there in that top 5, and going to try to make something there. They're really closing in on Watchorn now. Now that gap that he had, that half-second gap, has evaporated down to 2/10, and now just under 2/10 of a second. They're closing, and they're closing in a hurry. And the 16 is taking a look on the inside like he's got something for him. He's got a line that he's going to try. Here comes Durhold, may follow the 16. They're battling out of turn 4. Oh, and they got together. Watchorn in the grass, still running. We don't have a caution, and it stayed green. Wow, it stayed green. Everybody's still rolling. Now, don't see a whole lot of damage there. Let's see. Durhol, now he caught the worst of that exchange. 24 car, man, that's a tough one. And overshot the pits there, trying to get in. You know he's going to lose a lap. Uh, this place ain't as big as Daytona or Talladega. You're definitely going to lose a lap by the time you get going. And doesn't look like he have a whole lot of damage. But meanwhile, there goes your leader. He's going to go ahead and put Durhol a lap down there. Aaron Kralik, your leader, a couple of tenths ahead of the charging 14 of Vincent Sora. Tom Sinchak is third place runner, and he's followed by Sean Huffstutler, now in fourth position, trying to make his way up through the field here. He's only a couple of tenths of a second behind Sinchak, and a second, just about a second ahead of Rochelle in the fifth spot. Now comes a time for tire management. Who's going to make these tires last the longest? I'd love to see green flag pit stops, because it's all about the fuel mileage and also who can. And they know. I guess the question is, can your tires go as far as the fuel will carry you? And so it'll be interesting to see which one wins out there, whether it's the tires or the fuel mileage itself. Huffstutler taking a look at the 16 there. Kralik, he lost the lead to Vincent Sora, who now is having a lot of pressure from Sinchak. Taking that look down on the inside as they come to turn one. Somebody's going to have to make a decision. They can't all be down there that low. It's not going to fit. 14 gives it up to the 5 machine. Give it to Tom Sinchak, your leader. Sora's right on his tail, too. Almost a bump draft as they go down the backstretch. Exciting racing going on tonight here at Autoclub Speedway. There's Kralik. He got passed by Sean Huffstutler. Maybe he's trying to. Oh, and he's losing a little bit of pace to the front runners. He's still running fourth, but got 3/4 of a second now behind the top three. I'm sorry. I'm thinking, do they have they must have a lap car up there in front of them. Let's see. There's your leader. Yeah, okay, Landon Durhol is right. That's the car that just went out of picture. He's right in front of the 5 car, and he was the one that I think had the little contact there with Watchhorn, and unfortunately lost out on that deal, had to make a green flag pit stop, and he, of course, is in danger now of losing another lap. He's only 1 lap down at the moment. We got Sanders 2 laps down. Miller is on pit road as we speak. That's Matt Miller. Of course, we have the retirement by Chip Parks. Top 3 nose to tail here. Lap 28 of 150. Sora sticking right there. Sean Huffstutler, he's just looks like he's kind of just riding along here. Gonna say I'm gonna just hang with you guys here for a while, and let's see. And he's also one of the guys who pitted when they had that other caution. Huffstutler looking on the inside. Can he make that pass work? He might get the 14. He's not going to get the 5. Move him to second position. Sora's right there, though. Oh, man, he's taking another look on the outside. That's a tight squeeze between him. They almost got between him and the outside wall. That wouldn't have been a good place. Sean Huffstutler goes under the 5, making it look easy. Put the 94 machine to the lead. Sean Huffstutler, as you cross the line this time, folks, make it lap 30 as we cross the line. Your new leader. And these 3 have more or less checked out from the rest of the field. And look at them battling side by side going through turns 1 and 2. Good stuff there. They both held their lines very well going through that turn. Sora losing a little bit of distance. It's not quite 2/10 though. Get the car sorted out again so you can try to make another run. Aaron Kralik, he has fallen back a bit. He's still running in fourth. And the 20 of James Trammell having a good night there. He's your top 5 runner. And he's comfortably in the 5th place at the moment. Almost half a second ahead of Dustin Swingle. Swingle looks like he's got his own problems. He's got Kyle Rochelle right behind him. And they're battling for the 6th position. Rochelle trying to get around the 9 car. I love it when I would run a race and you have a long green flag run and you can feel how those tires are on a long run. And I tended to like the tires when they got worn. And it just seemed like if you took care of your tires in the beginning, and guys that really raced off in the distance, depend on the situation and the track and the car. And if you take care of your tires, it's like you can just kind of almost cruise and like, don't worry, they'll be coming back to us here in a minute. Just give it a little time, and that's what it takes sometimes. Is just patience. Got to be patient, be consistent, stay smooth. Don't burn up those tires. Now we're on lap 33 of 150. And Rochelle, he's staying right there with Swingle. And he may be doing that very thing. He's not making a whole much of an effort to really get around the 9 car by not fighting it. He's very smooth on the wheel. Good stuff. And behind them, there's the 57 of Thomas Walter in 8th position. He's got Jesse Thornock. They're a little spread out now, and he's got the lapped car. Thornock has the lapped car of Sanders over a second and a half behind him. And then behind him is the 48 of Drayton Cook. Now, he's got some action going on back here. He's got Adam Westfield and company trying to get past him. Look like they're getting a run on him, and the 2 of them do blow by as they make their way down to turn 1. And Merrick Watchorn back in 13th position. He rocketed up to the front, but now he's fallen way back, and this is like back in the second pack of cars. He's nowhere near the front. He's like 6.5 seconds off the leader. Trying to work on the inside of that 54 Bose machine, Max Foner. And take a look at the front here. Sinchak still continues to lead. Sora, he's right there. And Huffstadler, he did fall back to 3rd position again. And so these guys are maybe kind of feeling these tires out, looking to see what it is they can do. How hard can they push these tires? Sometimes it's so tempting just to just keep pushing and pushing. But it may be more beneficial just to let it ride out for a while. Let's look a little further back in the field. There's the 44 Maurice Gomillion. He's 14th position. He's got the lapped car Sanders in front of him there. And Douglas Carlson is less than a couple of tenths behind him, though. And Carlson running in 15th position, trying to pass the 44. Now, all those cars that stopped one time, let's see. Everybody that stopped one time, they stopped on lap 6. Now, we do have some cars that are like Rob Slider. He's 1 lap down. He stopped on lap 33. I think that happened while we were watching some other battling. He made a green flag pit stop, so he went 33 laps on his tires. Of course, Durhol, he had to pit, I think, because of damage. When he mixing it up with Watchhorn there, and Matt Miller, he's still on pit road. I think he's been there for a while, so he's having some problems there tonight. And of course, Parks, he retired. There's a 12 of Ryan Ferraro, 17th position. He's trying to catch Mike Vano. He's got about a half a second to gain, though, to catch the 27 car. Meanwhile, up the front, the battle for the lead continues to change. I start to say Sora has it. Boy, it's close. He had it for a second, and he's got it right now. But I tell you, Sinchak and Huffstudler, they are not going to let that 14 get away. They're battling him tooth and nail for that lead position. They must feel good about the tires to battle as hard as they're doing. And look who's right there, James Trammell. He's right there watching those top three. Just almost like he's sitting there in the catbird seating. He's just watching these guys and seeing who's doing what and what's working for this guy and what's not working for that guy. Maybe trying to formulate, where do I want to position this car or where do I want to make my move around the track. So much of it is about timing. You can take the lead and you can lose it all in the same lap, and you just have to time your pass. If it were like the last lap, you may not want to go for it going into turns 1 and 2. You might want to definitely wait till 3 and 4. And we do have a caution. Let's see, caution on the field is lap 39, and oh man, it's Watchhorn. And he's moving mighty slow there. Looks like he's getting going again now. Let's run the tape back and see what we see. Okay, here he goes. Let's slow it down. He's in slow motion there, and he's inside. Looks like the 7 car, and did somebody bounce off the wall? Looks like the 7 might have bounced off the wall just a little bit, and he tagged the 19. And and he's just along for the ride now. Not much he can do. Hood flaps coming up to keep the car down on the ground. And that was a tough break there for not too much damage. I think the back might have got a little bit of body work there on the back of the car. But that's oh boy, and he was lucky he didn't get hit. Somebody just flashed right by him. Let's take it back live here. And now back to 17th position. And here come your leaders on pit road, Sora and company, leading Huffstutler, Sinchak, Trammell, Walker, and Kralik and company. Everybody else making their way down pit road. There's Huffstutler, and he's followed by Tom Sinchak. That's the Thomas Walter, the 57. There's the 16, Aaron Kralik. Jesse Thornlock looks like he can probably get 4 tires and fuel. Oh, who's that pulled in front of him? Oh, that was the 24 Durhol. He kind of shot in there. He overshot. Looked like he was too close to the wall, too. Oh, man, that's a disastrous pit stop for the 24. Meanwhile, Schwingel, he won the battle off of pit road, and he's your leader. And he's got that. Looks like Sanders right behind him. That's a lap car. That's let's see. Sanders is that. That's David Sanders. And Sanders, he's showing he's 2 laps down at the moment. Sora and Huffstutler, they did come out 2nd and 3rd, followed by Tom Sinchak in 4th. Trammell, your top 5. Thomas Walter, he's still up there. Kyle Rochelle. Thornock is 8th. Adam Westfield, 9th position. Max Foner rounds out the top 10. And Swingle coming in again. Okay. Okay, actually, he didn't come in the last time. I wonder why they would do that. Why not follow the leaders in because now when you come in, you're going to give up all that track position. And look at him; he's tumbling down out of the top 10. And I don't know. I don't understand the logic behind that. But they know why they want to do it. So that'll be Vincent Sora once again is your leader. And let's go see if we can find somebody on the communications here. Let's see who we can find. Let's see if we can move Sinchak down here with us. Hey, Tom, this is Tony Rice in the booth. You got a copy?
Got a copy, 10-4.
Yeah, man, I tell you, boy, you guys are really going after it, aren't you?
It's tough when it's 3 wide at this track because there's no give and take. You either give it up or you go on the wall. But yeah, it's pretty tough.
How's the car handling out there?
Car's handling good. I feel like I'm good in some parts of the turn, and then there's some parts where there's some guys that are a little bit better than me, but it kind of evens out in the end. But it's good racing up front here.
Yeah, we saw a couple of guys get into the wall. I guess they, can't quite got the handle of it yet, and at the start of the race, it looked like it might have been a little loose for you guys, but those tires feel good on the long runs.
They feel good on long runs. Turn 4 is crazy because you have to misjudge that wall coming out of turn 4, and a lot of people get into it.
Yeah,
and it really slows your car down.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. You really got to be careful going under somebody going in there because and whoever is up high, I guess, got to know that you may need to give somebody some room if you can,
Without a doubt. The drafting is a big part of this too, because if you draft someone all the way down the backstretch, misjudge your turn and you take that turn so much faster than you normally do with no drafting. So there's a lot of things that come into play with this track.
Oh yeah. You guys make it look easy, but there's a lot going on, man. I tell you, y'all put on a great show there tonight, man. You guys are really battling it out. And I'm gonna go ahead.
Man. Hands are sweaty and the knuckles are white.
Yeah, there you go. I think the lights are out on the pace car. I'm gonna put you back up to your channel there. You were up there with the league drivers. I think that's the channel you were in.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll put you back up there. And good luck, man. We'll talk to you later.
All right, bud. Thank you.
There we go. Got him back up there. Getting ready to go green here. Okay. Waiting for the pace truck. They're coming out of 4 now. This will be lap 44 when they cross the line. Getting close to 1/3 of the way done here. Pace truck is in. Waiting for that green flag. And we've got it. And we're racing again here at Autoclub, I'm sorry. Sora, there he goes. Take him down into turn 1. And it got a good start there. He got a good jump there on Huff Stutler. Huff Stutler's trying to catch up, but he had the room that he needed to run the line that he wanted, and so now Sean Huff Stutler is going to have to play catch up, and boy, he's got Kyle Rochelle right on his tail. And we've seen Kyle have some good runs, and he's been caught up in some things, but I tell you, he's kind of like Patrick Hernandez. If you can just avoid some of the problems, and get caught up in stuff, a lot of these guys, you're going to see them race to the front. And I think he just took that second position from the 94. There he goes. Kyle Rochelle now to second position, trying to run down the 14 of Vincent Sora. There's Sinchek sitting back there in 4th position, trying to figure out what he wants to do. And Thomas Walter, who's working his way back up to the front there. He's followed by James Turmel, one of the newer members of the league, and having a good run, hanging around. You see, if he's able to stay out of trouble, he's definitely capable of hanging up there in the top 10. Turmel with a very good run there at this point in the race on lap 46 and 150. It's got a fairly decent gap on Adam Westfield there, just about 0.3 of a second. And from Westfield back, you see there's a bit of a gap there. Riding along with Westfield now, and they're definitely gapping the field over a half second back to the rest of the field. And that would be Doug Carlson, and he's in a bit of a battle himself with Rob Slider. Look at Slider looking on the inside. Slider looking to make a move on the 86 car there. They come out of 2. Rocketing down that backstretch. Like I say, we heard there's a bit of a draft that you can get a decent run on a guy if you know what to do when you get to that turn 3. Because if you hit it wrong, it can all go wrong for you in a hurry. And Slider, he's followed by Jesse Thornott. Thornock's under a bit of pressure by Maurice Gomillion. Maurice is less than 0.2 of a second. Now he is 0.2, falling back ever so slightly from the 28 car. Almost the same guy. He's like 0.3 ahead of Max Foner, though. Getting very close to the 1/3 mark here. It's a little further back. There's Drayton Cook. Running in the 14th position. Got a bit of a battle going on there. Aaron Krolick's trying to get him there. And actually, Dustin Swingle gets by Cook. And, you know, the lead change just keeps happening, folks. Kyle Rochelle, now your leader. And we're at the 1/3 mark, lap 50 of 150. Here at Autoclub Speedway. And these guys are all running nose to tail. Let's look a little further back in the field. There's the number 2, Patrick Hernandez. He's got Mike Vanno behind him, and they're looking at a little bit of a battle in front of them there. Trying to catch Ferraro. That's Ryan Ferraro. He's chasing Max Foner and Aaron Krolick. They're all battling for 14th, 15th, and 16th. Looks like Vanno's got a run there on Hernandez. As they go down in turn 1, Mike Vanno now up to 17th position. A lot of traffic in front of the 27 car there. You can get a run, but man, where would you go if you get a nice tow on the car on the high side? If there's somebody down on the inside, well, that could get a little dicey in a hurry. And if there's a lot of traffic on your outside. The battle at the front continues to rage on. Sora now he's trying to get that lead from Kyle Rochelle. Huffstutler, he's sitting back there watching it all unfold. Rochelle manages to hold on to that lead. And here comes the 5 of Sinchak. You say, you know what, I'm going to try my luck down on the inside. So Huffstutler falls back to 4th, and he's under attack from somebody else. Who is that? That is it looks like Thomas Walter. Oh, and that was tight. He just slid up in front of the 94 car there. That was really close. He may be just saying, I'm going to cool it for a little while and let these guys run. it's such a long race that he's been in 2 times. His second time was on lap 40. In fact, all of the guys in the top 8 pitted on lap 40, but it wasn't. It's different numbers of pit stops. Kyle Rochelle, that was his 3rd time in, and that was only the first time for the next 3 guys. And then Huff, Stutler, and Trammell, they stopped. That was their second stop on lap 40. So a lot of different decisions being made there. And how about Trammell making his way up to 5th position? The closer you get to the top, the harder it is to stay up there or to get by guys. They just sweep around through turns 1 and 2, rocketing down the back stretch. That's a bit of a bumpy back stretch too. Oh, and looks like Trammell, he ran wide. He's opening the door. Nothing he can do. Got to get out of the gas. There goes the 92, Adam Westfield. He'll take that 5th spot from Trammell. Trying to gather it back up and not lose anymore. And Huffstutler is right there on his inside. You lose that momentum. Sometimes it's hard to get it back. Sean Huffstutler now up to the 6th position. Trammell trying to fight back. Almost a bump draft, and we got a caution. Caution is out. Caution is out. Let's see. Oh, it looks like, oh my goodness. Don't tell me. Watch horn. It's saying watch horn and also Carlson. And he's got he doesn't look too bad. Oh, he's got a little bit of damage maybe there on the rear of the car. Well, from that shot, it doesn't look too bad either. Let's go ahead and let's run the tape back and see what happened there. Here they come. There's Carlson. And I believe that's Jesse Thornock down on the inside. I don't know where Watchhorn is unless something. Okay, yeah, there we go. Thornock and couldn't see who that is. They got together, and so Carlson's going around, and I think that's Watchhorn down there. He's trying to go low to avoid the 86, and it looks like he just basically slid off the track. So and Watchhorn, he's already by. Didn't look like anybody really got a lot of physical contact there. Watchhorn, his car looks okay. And all your leaders, they're coming in to the pits. Kyle Rochelle leads them in. Got to make a good pit stop here. Not overshoot. Now lap 58 of 150. And he got it woed down, and it looked like he might have just overshot just a little bit again. And that could be a compromising thing there. And let's see, where is Walter? Sora. Sora's right up there. And that's, I believe that's Thomas Walter in front of him. And see, Sora, he wins that battle off of pit road. He's followed by the 5-car Sinchak. And then Kyle Rochelle, that little stop and back up may have cost him at least one position there. He's followed by the 57 Thomas Walter. And there's Rob Slider now up to the 5th position. Slider been keeping that 13 car out of trouble. Got himself up into the top 5. And pretty much the whole field came in that time. Everybody's on this pretty much the same cycle here. There's Jesse Thornock. I'm not. Oh, and there's Watchorn doing what he does best, saving fuel, just coasting behind the pace truck. Because all that coasting can really add up. Sometimes if you do end up having a green flag situation and becomes a fuel mileage thing, I can't tell you how many times I've seen folks run out, like coming out of turn 4, and it can make all the difference in the world. And Landon Durhole, he's on pit road. All right, now he's still on the lead lap, so he's not going to lose a lap. Of course, you always, if you got a pit, you definitely want to do it under a caution and not green flag if you don't have to. Let's see, is anybody else? Miller, he's still on pit road. He's been there for quite some time. He might be just sitting out the rest of the race on Matt Miller. Making our way down the back stretch. Now he's still got Watchorn. He's going to get a wave around because he's right behind the pace truck. So, it look like he's going almost under the pace truck. Let's see if we can find somebody else here. Let's go ahead and let's grab Thomas Walter here, and we'll move him to the broadcast booth here. Hey, Thomas, Tony Rice in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Tony, how's it going?
Oh, pretty good, man. Yeah, they slicing and dicing up there tonight, man. Back and forth, you guys are going.
It's a pretty good, fun race. We've had a couple issues with the cautions there, but up front, we've been managing to fall back, make our way forward, and everywhere.
Yeah, the car. Do you like the car on shorter runs or longer runs? Do you have a preference?
There's usually about the long run. That's usually where I feel like I can make up my most of the time. However, as you saw at the beginning of the race, Vincent and I, we were racing pretty hard. I can race on the short run pretty good, but I prefer the longer runs to save.
Yeah, 10-4. It looks like the lights are out on the pace truck, so I'm going to move you back up to the channel. Good luck now. Maybe we'll talk to you a little bit later on.
All right, 10-4. Thanks, Tony.
That's Thomas Walter currently running 4th position. As we get ready to restart here on lap 60. It'll be lap 61 when we cross the line. Okay, waiting for there's the pace truck. He just jumped in. I want to say hello to the folks in the chat. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight and hope you're enjoying the racing. Waiting for that green flag. Here we go. And we're racing once again here at Autoclub. Sora taking them down to turn 1. And look at Sinchak. And boy, he had Kyle Rochelle right on his bumper going into turn 1. He's got a whole bumper full of 21, and boy, that was close coming down the back stretch. These guys want to get to the front. There's Thomas Walter. I'm going to try to follow him through that hole. And just like that, Sinchek finds himself in 4th position. James Trammell trying to hold on to that top 5 position. He's got Rob Slider. He's Slider and Westfield, though. They were mighty close there as they were coming down to the turn 1. Oh, a little bit of wiggling on the problem. Yeah, that doesn't look good. Somebody went sliding. That was Adam Westfield. and it did bring out the caution. That was really close. Let's look at that. We'll look at that in slow motion here. Whoops, I'm sorry. I hit the replay button, the live button. Let's run that back. Here they come, and there they are coming out there. And let's see. I was trying to find another angle. You can see a little better, but you see how they just got really close there coming off of 2. And just a little bit too close for comfort. And but his car doesn't look damaged at all. They just kind of, bang doors there and nowhere to go. And the track is wide enough so everybody can just drive around. And nobody seems to be none the worse for wear. Now you wonder, wow, is anybody going to come in or not? Still quite a ways to go, so maybe losing track position right now wouldn't be such a bad thing. And something told me he was going to do that, because I think that's the second time we've seen Vincent do that tonight. Yeah, the guys weren't falling for it. I mean, of course, some of the other guys are going to come in. There's Drayton Cook. He's on the way in. Schwingel, he did decide to come in. Also, Aaron Kralik, some of the guys have been running up the front. Landon Durhol, he's also came in as well. There's a Ferraro. There's Thornock. He's in. And Ferraro, I'm sorry, that's Drayton Cook, Ryan Ferraro. He's in his pit stall. Patrick Hernandez came in. Down and away. Right now he's running now he's going to cycle through. Let's see where he comes out. He's looking like maybe 16th position. Is it 16th? Yeah, it's going to be 16th for Patrick there. As they exit the pits. Vincent Sora back to the point, though, here on lap 64. This race is going to start getting down to the wire here before long. Because if we have a couple of more cautions, man, it's going to be a time to make a decision. Do I stop or do I stay out for the track position? Because we've seen guys, I guess you would say, on fresh tires. We saw Merrick Watchorn early in the race. Man, he just rocketed through the field. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting to see how this one plays out. And so far, we only have 3 retirements: Sanders, Moniz, and Parks. Miller, maybe he's just trying to stay in the race. I don't know. I don't know if he had already used a fast repair and now he just has the car doesn't look that damaged, but he just stopped, and we'll see if he waits it out or whether or not he puts it behind the wall. So 4 cars out at the moment. And we're going to have, and when they come to the line, we're going to have, lights are still on, so we're going to have one more pace lap under caution. Let's see. Let's try to see if we can grab James Trammell there. Hey, James, Tony in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. Go ahead. How are you, Tony?
Hey, man. Yeah, you welcome. I would say welcome to the league because you're fairly new, correct?
I've been around about 4 or 5 races now, but yes, sir.
Yeah, man. And but hey, yeah, you're starting to show up in the top 10, and you're hanging around. If you can stay out of trouble, man, you're really showing that you can get up the front there. Having a good night so far tonight.
Yes, sir. I mean, this race right here, this track, dirty air, it really is bogging down the car. Right now, it's pretty much if you can keep the nose clean here, then you've got a really good chance. Just kind of backing up the corners and doing our thing here and riding around just trying to look cool.
Yeah, and we see so many guys just really going for it on these restarts like it's green, white checker or something. Do you have more of a mindset of just lay back for a while and try to save your equipment maybe?
Gotta save your equipment here. These longer runs, if you can have tires there for the back half of that run, that stretch, then you're going to be much better off. Some of these guys were up front in the very beginning and dropped back to the very back pretty quick, and I worked my way up. Started 15th, and I think I was up to P6 there before that last caution. So, yeah, you got to save it for now. You just have to.
10-4. And look like the lights are out on the pace truck, so we'll go ahead and put you back down to the channel. Anybody want to give a shout out to?
Just to JTFOU Motorsports, thinking about you guys. We're out here running hard.
10-4. Good luck now. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you, Tony.
That's James Trammell running right now. He's I believe he's in the fifth. Well, it's saying sixth position. When they're pacing, sometimes they're right next to each other, jockeying back and forth. But I believe he's running in the fifth position at the moment. And I tell you, anybody in the top 10, when it comes right down it, and well, hey, if there's a big one and they get all wadded up, then it could be somebody further back. But if it were to go green at the end of the race, like he said, it just depends on who's got the freshest equipment at the end. And to me anyway, tire management is where it's at. And there's the pace truck going off onto pit road now, getting ready to restart here. It's going to be lap 67. We cross the line. The green flag is in the air, and we're racing once again here at Autoclub Speedway. Sora taking them down to turn 1, followed by Rochelle and Sinchak. Thomas Walter fourth, and Trammell. There's Rob Slider. He went a little high there. So we're trying to get a little bit of a gap now on the rest of the top runners there. It's almost like running at, like, say, Daytona or Talladega. You might get a good jump, but, the cars are capable of drafting so well here, especially on the backstretch. You really can't maintain that kind of a gap. And right now he's got that 2/10. And, he dipped down low there trying to break the draft just a little bit. But now, as you watch the battle box there, he is just holding around a little over 2/10 of a second. I mean, they're like, oh, and who was that? Was that Watchorn we saw dip down? He went down low. Maybe he was trying to avoid somebody. Having a little bit of a long night now, the 19 car. Back up the front, there's Tom Sinchak, and he's watching the guys in front of him, trying to make sure they don't get away from him. Now he's 3/10 behind Rochelle. Lap 69 as we cross the line there of 150. We've got good pace, and everybody's spread out rather well right now. Thomas Walter, he's kind of cruising along right now, and there's James Trammell right there in fifth. They've got a bit of a gap from the rest of the field. Here's some action here. Douglas Carlton and Swingle. Swingle taking a look on the inside. Carlson trying to keep that Navy machine in front. He's hanging tough on the outside for the moment. Is Swingle going to get a run on him at the line? It looks like he just might. Go ahead and give it to Dustin Swingle as they cross the line. Carlson's not done, though. Who's going to get the best line going into turn 1? They're coming out of turn 2. Oh, and they're close. Oh, boy, that was super close. Swingle was lucky to hold on to that. I almost thought they both would take each other out right there because he was so close to the rear quarter panel of Carlson. That was, that was probably closer than Douglas thought it was. But now he's definitely got a good gap there. There's Sean Huffstutler. Now he's going to try his luck with the 86 car. See what he can get done with him. Sora's your leader, and that lead is heating up as well. Rochelle is within a 10th of him while we're watching this battle between the 86 and the 94 car. Thinking about making a move down on the inside. Can he make it stick? He's getting close. Trying to keep that line as high as he can as they go down to turn one. I think he's going to have the angle this time. And there's Carl. Well, I tell you, they're battling hard there. Battling super hard. And he might have went swerving, but there's Merrick Watchorn, and looked like, man, if that wasn't a bump draft, I mean, that was about as close to a bump draft as you could get going down into turn 3. Trying to push that 94 ahead of the 86, and looks like they've got it. And look at Watchorn, he's got the 24 of Landon Durhol behind him. And Durhol, he's with TI Racing, so they're not teammates. Boy, there's a lot of close quarters battling there in this back part of the top 10. And all these positions matter. Every position you can get means a little step closer to the top of the charts in the championship standings. Watchorn does move up to the 6th position. Trying to get back up there to that clean air. Good racing all throughout the field. There's Aaron Crawlick trying to keep the 86 behind him. He's moved ahead of Carlson for the 10th place. Now he's back in the top 10. We've seen him. He was running good a little earlier. Had some good positioning there. Let's see a little back. Okay, now up the front, we've got another lead change. Rochelle, he did go back in front of Vincent Sora. Here we're on lap 75 of 150. And Thomas Walter is up to the 3rd spot. Boy, then they've got a bit of a gap now on Trammell and Sinchak. Trammell, he's back. He's over a half a second behind the 57 car. And he's got his hands full with the 5 car, Tom Sinchak. Sinchak looking to take away that 4th spot. Sinchak looking on the outside, trying to get the run. Boy, that's close coming off of 2. And now they're going to rock it down the backstretch. Here's the drag race. Sinchak's got the nose ahead, and then Trammell, he goes ahead and drops in behind the 5 car. That may be good thinking on his part. You know, I can battle you later on. Rochelle trying to pull away from Vince. Actually, not Vincent, but Thomas Walter. Walter's now in 2nd position. But Rochelle, he's not enjoying much of a lead, only just over a 10th, and that's coming down now. Walter and Sora, they're lining up to attack. Here goes Thomas Walter on the inside. Oh, boy. We don't want to push up into the 21. And Sora, he's right there watching to see how that's going to play out. Racing down to turn 1 here. They're flying into turns 1 and 2, like flying in formation, like fighter jets or something. They were just like a wedge flying through turns 1 and 2. That would look nice. Oh boy, and 21, he was almost a meat in the sandwich. 14 got him on the inside though, but nevertheless, that still pushed Thomas Walter to the lead. And Vincent says, I am not done. I'm coming after the 57. doing a little bit of a bump, trying to get a draft, just as much of a draft as possible. Seeing how they can work throughout that. I can see him working that wheel there just a little bit. At the moment, that's a Ford versus a Chevy at the lead versus a Ford in second position. And Trammell with that, is he the lone? No, he's not the lone Toyota. Trammell is one of only two Toyotas in the field. The other one would be Max Foner. Representing the Toyota, trying to keep it in the top 5. Right now, Watchorn's going to take it from him, so he'll fall to 6th position. And I want to see how these tires hold up. That's what I want to see. Now lap 80 of 150. And here we go. Here we go, folks. Patrick Hernandez, 12th position, taking a look at the 48 there of Dayton Cook. Are you surprised? I'm not surprised. Now he's up to 11th. He's got a ways to go because right now he's like over 3.5 seconds, almost 4 seconds from the leaders. We're at lap 81 of 150. But I tell you, putting on a great show here. He's got some clean air and nobody in front of him. He's 1.3 seconds behind Aaron Crawlett. So run a good line, preserve those tires, and see what happens later on. See, Walter, he continues to lead. And Vincent Sora isn't going anywhere. The two of them, they're pulling away from Kyle Rochelle just a little bit. Rochelle's got problems of his own with Sinchak and Watchorn. You know Watchorn can get up there. Sinchak, he's not going to be any pushover, though. He's going to battle them all pretty hard, I think. Good Saturday night fight here on Rice Motorsports TV, folks. Who needs boxing? Sinchak, Rochelle, and Watchorn right there. Sinchak trying to get that third position. He's just about got to 21. Trying to get clear of him, and here comes Watchorn on the inside. He's going to get both of them if they're not careful. Watchorn now, he's shuffled to the outside. Looks like, not Watchorn, I'm sorry, Rochelle shuffled to the outside. Now he's going to go from the high side, try to dip below the 5, see if he can get a good run on him. Good battling all over the place. Let's look a little further back. There's Schwingel. He's trying to get back up in the mix. He's in 9th position, trying to catch Sean Huffstutler there. Starting to get pretty close. As we get closer to the end of the race, things are going to start getting a little bit more heated up between the drivers. Guys are going to, I think that aggression level is going to crank up just a little bit. And kind of just a matter of time. You know it's going to happen. Here's Swingle. Now you saw him lift for just a second. Maybe he didn't want to slingshot pass. Maybe he's just trying to hang in there for a while, or testing. I've said that before. Sometimes passing a car may actually be the product of 2 or 3 or maybe 4 or more laps of studying the guy in front of you, so that when you make that move, you know exactly where you want to make it, and it may be something you might even want to try later on in the race. When it comes right down to it, when the race is almost over, you might find something where, yeah, I know I can get this guy here. So that's going to be my ace in the hole. Trammell, he's got that 6th position, fighting hard to hold on to that 6th position. Durhol, he's right there. Oh man, and he taps the wall. Is that going? And it does bring the caution out. Not a whole lot of damage. Oh man, you hate to see that. He was having such a great night. Man, he slid up in between of those two cars. That was like so close. That was super close. Let's run that back again, see if we can see that. And there it is right there. Let's run the tape back a little bit, and we'll slow it down here. Let's get another view here where we can see it. And here they are in the chopper view, and they're coming around, and you know, like we're saying, you get this momentum coming off of the corner. That car is going to go up if you are down deep enough. That car, the momentum, there's nothing you can do about it. And boy, he just went right in between those two cars and went. I mean, he probably was along for the ride anyway. And unfortunately, he didn't. He didn't collect the other car. It might have got the nose crinkled just a little bit. Maybe, you never know. But neither one of them came out too bad in that exchange. He didn't hit the wall. He managed to get it checked up real good. Let's go back live here. And everybody's on pit road, of course. Thomas Walter, your leader, bringing them down. Thrills and spills here tonight at Autoclub Speedway. Watching this battle off of pit road here. Let's see who gets out first. Who is that coming down here? That and looks like Walter. He's going to get out of there. Watchorn beat. I want to say that was Kyle Rochelle. Maybe I think Watchorn beat him off of pit road. So we got Thomas Walter continues to lead, and he's followed by Sora. And yep, Watchorn is third. And yeah, he did beat Kyle Rochelle to the line. Rochelle now in fourth. Tom Sinchak, they're your top five. Dustin Swingle, he's got himself back up there within the top five there. And he's followed by Sean Huffstutler in seventh place. Huffstutler having a good run tonight. He's been battling with them all up and down the top 10 there all night long. And actually getting up there around the top five, top three as well. He's followed by the 16 Aaron Krolick. Aaron Krolick, you know, he's been up near the front as well and having some better runs of late. Sometimes, you know, Lady Luck just got to be on your side. You know, no matter how good you are, you know, sometimes you just got to have some good racing luck. And speaking of good racing luck, there's the two-car Patrick Hernandez inside the top 10, lap 88 of 150. And he's got some good drivers around him. You know, he's got everybody up there seems to handle their stuff pretty good. So, you know, taking care of your car, you know, for everybody. Adam Westfield, he rounds out the top 10 there. He's been up and down, but, you know, you see him up the front a lot anyway. He may move back a little bit, but, you know, he always seems to start up there or very close to the front. And put that puzzle together and figure out how to keep it up there. And he's also going to be a force to be reckoned with. A little further back, there's Jesse Thornock running out 15th position. He's been having a good night. And James Trammell, yeah, he came out. He went in the pits and he came out 20th. Came out in 17th position at number 20, and of course didn't lose a lap or anything, and probably didn't. I don't know if he had any repairs or not because nothing really looked bent on the car. Probably just came in and got tires and fuel. Everybody else, looks like everybody else is still rolling, so no more damages and no more other retirements so far. Crossing the line now here, lap 88 of 150, Thomas Walter leading them across the line. Lights are out on the pace truck, so it'll be on lap 90. We will be green once again. 60 laps to go. This race has kind of flown by. despite having we haven't had too many cautions, about four, well, maybe was it 5 cautions maybe, but it's still moved along. The caution laps here don't really take all that long. I mean, it's a fairly good size track. It's exactly 2 miles in length, but man, it's up in the air too, 3,649 feet above sea level. And don't forget to also join us tomorrow afternoon as we hit with the race up with the ARCA cars, the North American Fantasy ARCA Series, right here on Rice Motorsports TV. Pace truck will be coming off this time around as they come out of turn 4. Waiting for that green flag for that restart. And there we go. We got it restarting here. Lap 90, 60 to go. Walter and Sora looking on the inside, looking hard on the inside there. I think he's going to get that run on the 57. And behind him, here comes Watch Horn. Boy, I mean, and who is that? Dustin, was that Kralik? Somebody went down. Kralik lost the handle on it there. He didn't hit anything or anybody, so yeah, good job on them maintaining or regaining control of the 16 car. Meanwhile, back up the front, Sora goes to the point. Thomas Walter in second, followed by Rochelle, Watchhorn, and Swingle, your top 5. Rochelle, he's trying to find a way. He's like, where do I want to go to get around these guys? I want to go to high side or low side. What are we going to do here? Looks like he's getting the run on the 57. He already got past the 14. The track is so wide, you can't defend a high line or a low line because there's just too many lines that the other drivers can take. And you have to be in specific lines to kind of make the turn or defend after the turn. So you just can't barrel in there 3-4 wide like into 3 and 4. That's just not going to work. Somebody's going to lose out. And so it ends up a lot of back and forth, which is very exciting to see. And surprise, surprise, there's Watchhorn at the front. That shouldn't be no big surprise. You know he can get up there. And nobody really has quite the upper hand. You know, everybody's just battling hard. It's just great racing here at North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge, the Cup Series. These guys are just getting after it week in and week out. And some races we've seen, Merrick Watchorn, he more or less the class of the field. But boy, I tell you, they're giving him some battles today. And look at Kyle Rochelle on the outside, just slinging past everybody. Back up to second position. Oh, we got a little nudge there, and he went into the wall, and there's Sora. Sora having problems hard into the wall, the pit wall. That's going to bring out the caution, and he's got a bit of damage. And, he may, well, let's see. Oh, heavy damage on the front of the 14. I was thinking, did he cross the line to pit road entrance? Because he probably would have got speeding on pit road as well if he crossed the line onto pit road entrance. Let's go ahead and look at that and see what we can see there. Let's run the tape back. And, okay, he's already got down there. Let's run it back and see what we can see here. And here they come. Now, he's Vincent's on the outside. And there's Rochelle. And might have been just a little bit of nudge, got the 21 out of shape just a little bit, but he was more out of shape than the 21 was when he ricocheted off that wall. Here he goes, and Rochelle was able to regain control of his car, I believe. But he's just down. Oh boy, he's long for the ride, and he hit the wall. He was not in. He had not crossed the line to pit road entrance. So even though he got that heavy damage, he shouldn't have got any kind of like speeding on pit road. So of course, now with 55 laps to go, we'll probably see him use that faster pair. You almost have to, because if you don't, that definitely is required repairs, and you would be sitting there for a good little while if you did not use it. So we're making his way down to his pit stall here. Careful not to overshoot, and he doesn't. And does he use it? And he does not. I wonder if he had to use it earlier in the evening. And, oh boy, let's see if he's able to take off after he gets his 4 tires. He just lost the nose. It wasn't required repairs. He just lost the nose of that car. And man, you would have to think that that's going to affect his aerodynamics, and they do come into play here, especially on that backstretch. You know what I say? Looking like a modified here on a Saturday night. Well, close to it. He's still got the hood on it, so we won't say it looked like a modified just yet, but he's getting close. And after all of that, and after the pit stops, Merrick Watchorn, he's once again up the front, got Dustin Swingle there, and you see now, oh boy, we're gonna have a swing in the points lead. Vincent Sora right now is in 16th position. He was only 2 points ahead of Swingle, and Swingle's up there in P2. So, and there's Sora. He's back on pit road once again. Get some more work done on that 14 car, and that is definitely going to upset the balance of power there at the top. I don't think he may not come away from this race the championship leader this time around. He's just got to do what he got to do and just finish this race and gain as many positions as he possibly can. Now, it looks like he did burn the faster pair that time around. Yep, he's got the nose back on that Ford. And he's still on the lead lap. He's back there in 19th position, but he's definitely he's got enough time to make his way back up through the field. He just has to work and get back up there, but he's definitely got his work cut out for him. He's mission right now is to catch that 9 car. Watchorn, he's up there riding alongside the pace truck, doing his fuel saving. And there's Swingle right behind him. And followed by, there's Sean Huffstadler running in the 3rd position. Let's see. And Patrick Hernandez, he's where is he? He's in the 4th position. Let's see if we can get Patrick on the phone here. Let's see. I thought I saw him. I don't think I can get. Not sure if I can get to where he's at. No, I can't quite get down there. And we're getting ready to go on the backstretch. I'm going to see if I can jump down to his channel because I can't get him up here to where I'm at. Hey, Patrick, Tony in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, man, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, man. Hey, here we go again. And just a little over, 53 laps to go. Staying out of trouble is the name of the game, isn't it, man?
Yeah, man, and I'm running on the edge because on the first yellow on that restart, somebody slammed my car on the right side, and I had to burn fast repair because the car wasn't go anywhere. I'm running on the edge, trying to be competitive, trying to go for a lead, but watching the car, and I'm trying to do everything in my hands to keep the car safe.
10-4. Okay, good luck now. Getting ready to go green. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
And there we go with the restart. And let's see where he how he gets along there. Still in third position behind Schwingel. Got a good restart there. Huffstutler right behind him there in fourth. And look at Schwingel getting he's making the move on Watchhorn, or trying to anyway. And right now Hernandez is in a kind of in a good place to be. He said he had already used his fast repair, so he could not afford a calamity. But we got a caution, another caution. Okay, let's see. This one looks like Kralik was involved in it, and might have been just a spin. The car doesn't look bad at all. Let's go back and look at the replay, see if we can see here. And there's Kralik right in the middle, the 16 car. Oh, and got a little hung up there with somebody. Boy, and I tell you, who was that? Was that Maurice Gomelan? He did a great job of avoiding. I think that was Maurice. Yeah, that was Maurice. Yeah, he did a great job of getting by Kralik there and without any damage. Was taken back alive. And so, yeah, I wonder is anybody going to even bother to come in, because they literally just restarted. And there's like all kinds of folks that have been on pit road. Watchorn, he's been on there 6 times. Schwingel been on there 5 times. Hernandez has actually been on there 7 times. And we're seeing all kinds of numbers. And and a lot of them were probably just to, maybe get damage fixed or something. And extra stops or stopping to get a little bit extra fuel and everything. So everybody's juggling that strategy, and weighing that versus the pit position on the track, whether it's worth it to go in and lose that track position or not. And of course, as we get closer and closer to the conclusion of this event, you have to start kind of making that decision. Well, we're going to do this. This is what we're going to do. We got to maintain track position. Can't afford to fall too far behind, because you're just not going to have enough time to work your way to the front. And if you're back there, chances are you might get caught in something. And yeah, we're exactly at lap 100 now, 50 to go. Huffstutler, he's in 4th position. He's got Hernandez in 3rd, and Schwingel right behind your leader, Merrick Watchhorn. So, Merrick's going to be battling somebody for the win. That's pretty evident. If he's up there at the front, he's not going to be alone. Whoever is up there at the front is not going to be alone. I can pretty much guarantee you that. Nobody's running away with this one. And the lights are still on the pace truck, so we do have another lap to go. Let's see. Trying to find somebody else. Where is let's see. I wish I could grab Schwingel. I don't see him. Where he is, where is he at? Let's see if I can find Schwingel, because that championship standings. I'm looking down to see if I see him, and I don't see him in the chat. We have several teams, and but I don't see Dustin anywhere. So yeah, he might not He may not be in the chat tonight. So we'll because that would have been interesting to talk to him about the points situation where he has a very good chance of taking over the championship lead if Sora doesn't get back up there. Now, where is Sora right now? Now you see Schwingel, he's second position. Vincent Sora, he's still back in 14th position. So he's still that's not that far back really. And he's had a very strong car, and so yeah, that definitely is something that is doable. Matter of fact, he was right next to my channel. I should have grabbed him but they're getting ready to go green now, so we'll try that again later on. Came out of turn 4, waiting for the pace truck to shoot into pit road. Or are we going green? Okay, we got another lap of caution. Okay. And the light's going to go out. Let's see. Okay, the lights are out on the pace truck this time, so they will go green next time around. Let's jump down here to Vincent and see if we can grab him real quick. Hey, Vincent, Tony in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, how are you, Tony?
Hey, pretty good, man. Hey, you knock your guy down, but you can't keep him out. Keep him down there. You got a little work cut out for you, but you still got time.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty fast. I've led the majority of the race. Just unfortunately what happened with the 21 there. He just, I think, sent it in a little too hard and couldn't quite keep it down and came up on my nose. But I think I'll be able to battle back up here and hopefully still get a top 5 or maybe even try to get the win.
Yeah, because you and Schwingel, I think he's only like 2 points behind you in the championship lead, I believe. So I know every position counts there for you.
Yep, for sure.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to send you back up to your channel there. Good luck now. We'll talk to you later.
All right, thank you, Tony.
Okay, getting ready to restart here on lap 102. It'll be 103 when we cross the line. Watchhorn's waiting for that pace truck to go in. Pace truck's in, waiting for the green, and we've got it. Restart lap 103. There's Schwingel. He's wasting no time. Moving down on the inside of the 19. Trying hard to get that lead position. Watchhorn trying to battle back on the outside. Boy, he's going to get squeezed up to the wall just a little bit. Drag race down the back. Oh, and there's somebody spinning in the back. Who was that? Was that, couldn't tell who that was. Okay, he's okay. Was it I couldn't tell who that was. It might have been Rob Slider. Okay, it was Slider. Okay. Looks like maybe just a spin, and that brings out the caution again. And let's go ahead and run the tape back and see what we can see here. There's Slider, the 13 car. Now it looks like it's starting to get away from him. Trammell on the inside. There's nothing he could do, and it got his car upset. And so now Slider, he's just kind of along for the ride there, and guys, they're just flying right by there, and he didn't hit anybody. There was a little bit of just a tiny little tag there by Maurice Gomillion, and but nobody's none the worse for wear, and he locks it down on the inside, but not before bringing out the caution flag. Still good car control by the Slider there. Let's go ahead and take it back live. And he doesn't even look like he really has any damage that he has to fix on the car. We'll look and see now, does anybody come into pit road? Schwingel, he's your leader. Is he going to pull that same stunt that we saw Vincent Sora do earlier? Not this time. Everybody just keeps going. I think we saw some guys. It's Carlson. Oh, he's in. Trammell, he's in as well. And I think there's a few other guys in. There's Thornark. He's coming in. And he's followed by Landon Durhole. The 44, Maurice Gomillion, he's in. And Aaron Kralik, he's also in. And let's see, Mike Bano, he's pulling into his pit stall crooked, but he stopped. He didn't overshoot. Even if it's crooked, it's still good. There's Trammell getting down and away. Let's see where he comes out at. Looks like maybe 17th, a little higher, 16th, maybe 15th. Looks like he's going to slot in at 15th position. Now 45 laps remaining. Excitement starting to build here, folks. Each caution we have, we're just getting closer and closer to what's going to be probably, you know that you can almost count on an awesome finish here at the end of the race. These guys are going to be fighting tooth and nail right down to the checkered flag. And it's never over until it's over. Schwingel now your leader with Watchhorn second. Patrick Hernandez, he's hanging. He's right there, second position. But I tell you, he's got Sean Huffstutler right there behind him, and he's been strong all race long. Drayton Cook is up there in the fifth spot. I don't think we've seen him up this far this season. I think he's one of the newer guys. Like I said, currently running fifth. And I'm pretty sure. I wonder if he stopped. Yeah, he stopped just like the leaders and stuff. So his tires are just as fresh as anybody else's. It's always good to see sometimes an unfamiliar face up the front, because everybody has a chance to get up there and get a win. You just never know what's going to happen. That's why we race, and that's why you keep on racing. No matter where you are around the track, what position you're in, that's truly what I believe. If you're not going to race, I don't care if you're dead last. If you're not going to keep getting after it, then you don't need to be out there, because that's what racing's all about. That fight and never ever giving up. You just have to keep pushing. And the lights are still on the pace truck, so we're going to have one more lap under caution. Let's see, who can we find that we haven't talked to? Where is Adam? Adam Westfield. Adam is back in 7th position. And let's see if we can grab Adam here or bring him down. He's close. I can bring him down to my channel here. Hey, Adam, it's Tony in the booth. You got a copy? I'm not sure if you can hear me. I can't hear you at all, buddy. But good luck, and I'll put you back up to your channel. And good luck. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It got caught off a little bit there at the beginning.
Oh yeah, man. I tell you, a little bit up and down, but yeah, you're hanging in there, and right in that top 10. It's getting down to the nitty gritty now, though, isn't it?
I had a little rough start. Well, I started off decent. Just kind of sitting there back, saving my tires. Got caught up in one thing, but just trying to crawl back now. It's been a decent race. Hopefully, we can go green the rest of the.
Yeah, I tell you now. With where we got 43 laps to go, and the tires seem to hold up pretty well, don't they?
Yeah, they're so far right now. At the beginning of the race, when we had that caution on lap 6, the people that stayed out kind of got freight trained the next 10 laps because of the guys on newer tires. But you can definitely tell fresher tires are better. But other than that, they're lasting.
Right, 10-4. Well, I'm gonna put you back up to your channel, getting your go green here. Good luck. We'll talk to you later.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Adam Westfield having a good run, and hope he managed to stay there or maybe work his way back up to the front. And here we go, Dustin Swingle waiting for the lights are out on that pace truck, waiting for the pace truck to come in. It'll be lap 108 when we cross the line. Pace truck is down on pit road. And we're racing once again. This time Swingle with the good start. Watchorn, you know he's going to be right there. He's got Hernandez right behind him. And sometimes, you know, Hernandez, sometimes he can be a hard charger at a restart. Watchorn trying to decide. It looked like he might try to take Swingle on the outside. Oh, and he loses it. And he manages to keep it up. Man, great control, great reaction by the 19. No caution. But, man, I got to tell you, he lost a ton of spots. But, boy, you got to tip your hat to the 19 car. Pardon my French, folks, but that was one, I'll just say, one heck of a save there. I mean, he just really did a great job saving that car. That could have been disastrous for everybody up the front. Awesome control there for Merrick Watchorn. Meanwhile, back up the front, and that's given, well, look at the gap that gave to Dustin Swingle, 0.8 of a second. He's followed by Hernandez, who's got a little bit of a cushion, 0.3. And, boy, he's trying to run down the 9 car. He probably can't believe his luck right now. Please let this thing go green. And it's we got 40 laps to go. May still have to manage those tires a little bit. That gap is starting to come down, and now it's down within 0.2 of a second. And Drayton Cook, I don't think we've ever seen him up the front. And those top 3, boy, they're like they're just pulling away from the rest of the field at the moment. There's Hernandez, there's Cook. And you look from the rear shot on Cook's car. Man, look at that, half a second back to Tom Sinchak, who's in 4th position. Cook taking a look at the 2 car, kind of deciding what he wants to do here and how can he get around Hernandez, can he get around Hernandez. Across the line this time, lap 112 of 150. And you look at that, folks, and they're drawing in the leader. They are drawing in the leader. Swingle now only 0.3 ahead of these guys, and they're still a bit ahead of the rest of the field. Cook taking a look. He's thinking about taking a look, thinking about it on the inside of the 2 car. He might push up a bit coming out of 4. Hernandez gives him a little room, almost gets to the wall himself. Give the 2nd position to Drayton Cook as they cross the line. Hernandez is still there. Boy, he swung wide as they're going into turn 1. Going to try to get a good angle coming off of 2 here. See if he can catch a good draft, a slingshot past the 48 car. Big race down the backstretch here. Good race, and Tom Sinchak, he's fell back just a little bit. He's definitely lost touch with the lead 3 cars, over half a second now, and he's fallen into the clutches of Vincent Sora. And how about that, folks? Like I said, he had plenty of time, and doggone it if he's not back up to 5th position. Something that Swingle's not going to want to see, but hey, you got a fast car and handling good. It's hard to keep a guy down. There's Sinchak. There's Sora. Now he's got Adam Westfield right behind him, and Sean Huffstudler, and Thomas Walter and company. And they're all right there. That's a big battle. That's almost like a multi-car battle for 5th position, I would say, or even 4th position. And that, look at the lead up here. Drayton Cook is challenging for the lead, trying to get it from Dustin Swingle with Hernandez in tow. They come out of turn 2. We're lap 115, 150. This is starting to turn into a chess match, folks. All three of these guys, and quite frankly, anybody that's fairly close, can just get a good draft at any moment. And it's about, not just track position, but the positioning of your car. Where can you place your car to get a good run on the guy in front of you, and when do you want to make that move? It's like a poker game. You don't want to show your hand too soon if you've got a trick up your sleeve. Schwingel, he may be a little bit of a sitting duck at the moment because of the ability to draft on the backstretch. You just can't get away from anybody. Not really. Sora, he's trying to catch that top 3. He hasn't quite got there yet, but he's giving it the old college try, that's for sure. Riding along with Hernandez and Vincent Sora, he's 4/10 behind. That number is right at 4.0 now, 3.9. It's fluctuating between 0.3 and 0.4. Vincent Sora driving the wheels off of that thing, trying to catch the top 3. 33 laps to go, folks. You can just feel the excitement ramping up, folks. You know something big's going to happen at the end of this one. You want some popcorn, you better go get it right now, folks, because you're not going to want to miss the end. Sora pulling to within 1/10 of Hernandez. Here we go. And even Sora now looking behind Sora, look at the lead that he's got over half a second from Sinchak. And Sinchak, even he's battling. He's got a battle with Adam Westfield. Adam Westfield trying to put the moves on Sinchak. Going to see if he can take him on the outside with Thomas Walter pushing him along in the draft. Now Walter dips to the inside of the 92. Westfield might have been hung out to dry just a little bit. And they're just battling along here. A little further back, there's Huffstudler. He's right at the back of that pack, watching everything transpire in front of him. He's got a clean field behind him, nobody to give him pressure. And just everything. Oh, boy, Durhold there got a little squirrely going down the backstretch. And, boy, that is everybody. That is the top 9 right there. You can see the leader, Dustin Swingle, right up the front. He is not far from anybody hardly in the top 10. 30 laps to go as we cross the line. Huffstudler looking on the outside of Durhold. Can he make that pass? He's not up far enough, really, to get the run on the 24 car. You catch a good draft, you almost can't be but so close because then you have to get out of the throttle, and it kind of breaks your momentum going down that backstretch. Carrying so much speed off the corner. Autoclub can, like right here, coming out of 4, it can be very unforgiving if you get it wrong, and that car will just push up into the wall. Just got to hit your marks just right. A little further up, there's Walter. He's all in the midst of this beehive here. Trying to catch Drayton Cook. Now, Cook, he was up at the front now. He's gotten shuffled back a bit now. And he's got Sinchak and Sora right in front of him. They're fighting hard. Hernandez is still right up there. He was in the top 3. He's running second at the moment. Dustin Swingle pretty much running for his life right at the moment. Now lap 122 of 150. Oh, and we got a caution. Caution is out. Oh, boy. You know what? This is going to be an interesting caution here. Let's see. Who is that? It might have been, I'm seeing maybe Rob Slider. I don't even see Slider at the moment. He retired. Something happened to Slider. Let's see if we can see on the replay what happened to him. Let's slow it down. And, he got, let's run that back a little bit so we can see what happened. There's Slider, the 13 car. Now he's underneath Trammell there. I want to say, is that Adam? Who is that on the outside? That might be Adam Westfield, maybe. Slider he's slid up a little bit, and I wonder if the car just got away from him. And we're coming out of turn 2. Yeah, and it got away from him, and it looks like Trammell might have reacted just a little bit to avoid the 13. Looks like the 20 is able to continue. Slider, he's coming on around. Everybody got by. Sora got by. There's a Maurice Gomillion. Oh, wait a minute. That's an older replay. That's not the one. That's not what we're looking for. I don't think that caused this. I remember that replay. Let's look at Aaron Krolick here. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see, folks. That's what brought this out. Let's slow that down. There's Krolick, the 16 down on the bottom. And then he's got the 54, Max Foner up there on top of him. There's Thornhill and Rochelle there. They're getting together already and look like they got straightened out. And there's Krolick right into the 21. Just didn't have enough room to get by there. And doesn't look like he got a whole lot of damage. But plowing up some grass there a little bit, trying to keep it down. He's at a bad angle to try to keep it down on the track, but he does a fairly good job. Pretty good. Most of the cars had gone by anyway at that point. Still trying to wrestle it, get control of it. Did a great job. Just, you know what? I'm going right down on pit road. Let's take it live here. And caution, we're lap 124. And let's see, Maurice Gomillion, he's on his way out of the pits. Merrick Watchhorn, okay. Now he's pitting for fresh tires. And you know what? I kind of thought the leaders would come in. Now I don't know if they did while we were looking at all of that. It looks like all the guys that were up there are still up there. Schwingel, Sora, Hernandez, Sinchak. And Watchhorn is sitting there. Does he have damage? I didn't see. That was a long pit stop for the 19. Well, that's going to put him back to 19th position. And he's going to have some work. He might need a caution to help him get up through the field. He's probably got the car to do it, but I don't know. Aaron Krolick, he's back on pit road. Didn't look like he really had any damage from that spin. He may be coming in just for tires and fuel to go all the way to the end of this race. At this point, probably even if there is a caution, he may be okay to hopefully stay out and gain some track position. But I tell you, guys on fresh tires, they're just hard to beat. Lights him up, and he's on his way. Back up to your leader. There's Dustin Swingle rolling behind the pace car, and the lights are still on. So we are going to have one more caution lap. I'm guessing maybe the lights will go out as we cross the line this time around as they go into turn 3. And let's see is there anybody else anywhere that I can maybe let's see that we haven't talked to. Let's see. see his cook in the, let's see his cook in the channels here. Let's look down and see if we can find Drayton Cook. Not sure if he's in. I don't see him in any of the other team channels. He's one of our newer drivers, having a good run there, running in the 6th position there. And, I don't see him in the chat channel, so I can't obviously can't interview who you don't see. So yeah, well, he's having a good night though, and he was running back in the field, and he's really, he's made his way up into the top 10, having a solid performance so far. The lights are out on the pace truck as they head down the backstretch. Cook, he's in 6th position. He's got some heavy hitters around him too, folks. There's Thomas Walter to his right in the 57 machine. There's Tom Sinchak in 4th. Patrick Hernandez, he's still around. And look at this. Vincent Sora is right there with Dustin Swingle. I mean, these guys, they're just going to battle it out right to the very end. Swingle wants that points lead. He is going to have to fight every inch of the way to get it. The pace truck is off, waiting for the green flag. Here we go. As we cross the line, lap 127. Swingle takes him down, leads him into turn 1. Followed by Sora Hernandez, Cook, and Sinchak. Sora taking that look on the inside. I think he's got him. Swingle, he's battling back on the outside. Sora is in the front. I think he's going to, give him that lap. But now, just as they go to turn 1, Dustin Swingle is fighting back, and Hernandez, he's right there with him. Got a little tight there. Had to check up, the 14 did. I think that gave the 2-car a little bit of momentum, and there he goes in the 2nd. And now he's looking down on the inside of Swingle. Swingle slams the door shut on him. They're coming out of 4. Now, boy, I tell you, we're really getting down to it now. And there's Sora way down on the inside there, and Sinchak right behind those 3. And Hernandez running a little wide. Guys putting on a great show here. There's Drayton Cook. He was back at 6th. Now he's 5th, but maybe not for long. Landon Durhol taking a look inside the 48 car. And everything going on around them. A fierce battle up there for the lead. Oh, boy, he had to check up just a little bit as Durhol does get by. Now Adam Westfield is trying to make a move. 92 car on the inside of the 48. Give that position to Westfield, at least until they get out of turn 2. Is he going to hold on to it? Maybe not. Cook is still there. Meanwhile, up the front, Sora has taken the point, and he's got Hernandez in tow. Tom Sinchak, he's 3rd position. Boy, they're battling all over the place. Fierce battle going on behind the 14 car. Trying to make a move on the 2 car as they come out of turn 2. Does he have the angle to do it? Doesn't look like. He tucks in behind Hernandez. Hernandez running a really good line off of 2 to defend that position. Here comes Durhold on the inside. Boy, he looked like Sinchak. He got a little stuck there on the outside just a little bit. Durhold might get the run on him. They're coming down to the line here. Fierce battling going on. I mean, you just don't know when it's going to end. Everybody is jockeying for position. There's Sinchak. There's Landon Durhold. Boy, look at the Cook is just pushing him along down the backstretch. Meanwhile, Vincent Sora, he continues to lead. Not by much. Look at Hernandez all over the 14 car. And this is 2 Fords battling for position, battling for the win. Oh, and Sora, and he got into the wall just a little bit, had to check up. Oh, that's going to be problems for the 14, and he's going to lose spots again. Now he's falling back. Now he's back to 7th position, back to 8th position. New leader, Patrick Hernandez in the 2 car, trying to stay ahead of the 5 car of Sinchak. Sinchak putting his head down and pedaling hard to catch the 2 machine. Lap 134 of 150. Trying to make a move on the inside. Going to drive under the 2. We've seen Hernandez run a good line coming off of 2. Can he defend the lead? I don't think so. Not this time. Sinchak's going to move into the lead. The over-under, Hernandez looks like he's might going to try to do that. Can he pull it off? Here comes Landon Durhold behind with Drayton Cook. One of the new guys fighting his way up. Oh, and somebody, who was that? Was that Westfield? Westfield in the grass. He's maintaining control. We're still green. Excellent control by Adam Westfield. Keep that car off of the walls and everybody else, and we're still green. And now Tom Sinchak is your leader, the 5 car. Looks like Hernandez shuffled back to 3rd position. There's Landon Durhold. He may have the position to take 2nd, perhaps. Kyle Rochelle behind them. Fierce battle. It'll be lap 136 as we cross the line. There's you can see Hernandez looking on the outside. He might be getting past our Durhold here. We're going to wait and see. So far, and look there, you can see Hernandez just nose ahead of the 24 car. Oh boy, this is going to be treacherous. He had to check up a little bit. Hernandez got the position. They race down to the start-finish line. Thornock, he's in. I don't know if it's just a green flag pit stop. He looks like he may be okay. Maybe just a green flag stop for Jesse Thornock. And Mike Vano is also coming in, and this may be just some green flag. Boy, what if this thing were to stay green? What if the leaders have to pit? Wow. Meanwhile, Sinchak, he continues to lead with Hernandez in 2nd, Landon Durhold 3rd. Look, and they've opened up a bit of a gap now. Oh, boy, look at the gap that they've got there. Wow, that's almost a 2nd on Dustin Swingle. Thomas Walter, there he is back there in 5th position. He's battling hard with James Trammell, and also there's Vincent Sora right behind them. And I tell you, he keeps getting up there, and that time I think he just got a little too close to the wall, and got the car out of shape and just had to gather it up. Once again, he's got to fight his way back up to the front. That's a bit of a tall order. He would almost need a caution to catch those guys at the front. Because right now he's 3 seconds from the lead cars. And getting around Walter and Trammell is going to be a piece of cake anyway. As they race down the backstretch. Mike Vano, he's just coming off of pit road. And Foner, he's on pit road. Man, it looks like he's there for a while now. Well, he's 3 laps down too. Well, your leaders continue to battle. Nobody else is on pit road. Now we have 14 cars on the lead lap. Merrick Watchorn is actually would be the lucky dog. He's the first car 1 lap down. Maurice Gomillion is the second car 1 lap down. They're the only 2 guys 1 lap down. So of course he needs to stay ahead of the 44 machine in case there's a caution. And right now it seems like he's able to. He's almost 5 seconds ahead of Gomillion. Back up to your top 5. There's James Trammell. He was trying to catch Swingle. Now he's trying to catch Durhol, who just got passed by Swingle. Swingle now in 3rd position. That's a bit of a gap, though. You can see how far back he is. Over 1.5 seconds to Landon Durhol. And 3 seconds back from the lead pack. It got a little bit of damage on the front of that car, too. He's getting around there pretty good considering he's got some right front nose damage on the 20 machine. Making good time. Got a solid 5th place right there. Over 0.5 second from Thomas Walter. We got 8 laps to go, folks. Sinchak continues to lead. He's opened that gap up, folks. 0.7 of a second from Hernandez. Hernandez has got over 0.5 second from Schwengel. Even if he didn't get the win, that'd still be a good night for the 2 machine. Schwengel, he's right where he needs to be, in front of the 14. Dustin Schwengel is running 3rd. Vincent Sora is running in 7th position. Still a little ways back, and just the point spread there on if they were to finish as they are now. Oh yeah, you'd be looking at a new championship leader, and of course they have other things that they have to factor in. Different points. Whether there's any penalties of any other drivers in the track. That have to be taken into account of, but. We'd see those results next week at the beginning of the broadcast. 6th place Thomas Walter. They're all spaced out pretty good up there at the front here. The closest battle being between I don't know, maybe Hernandez and that's not much of a battle right now. Sinchak is over 1 second ahead. The battle is right there with Schwengel. And Schwengel looked like he's just taking it away from Hernandez. I wonder if their tires are just starting to go away just a little bit. Tire conservation is a big thing here. Tom Sinchak, he has just dropped the hammer. As you race along, 5 laps to go. That's the gap right there to your leader, Tom Sinchak. Now lap 146 at 150. And Sinchak, he's got something good on the rest of the field because he's pretty much motoring away from Schwingel. Now 1.75 seconds and growing. He's just got that car. He's just placing that car right where he wants to place it. Oh, it fell to 1.6 seconds. But he's developed a very good gap between him and Dustin Schwingel. Schwingel not quite out of the woods as far as our Hernandez is concerned. A pretty decent battle for second place there. But after that, Landon Durhol, he's back there 1.3 seconds back from second and third place card. And look at that, Trammell is battling Durhol for that fifth position. And give it to him. Now he's got, fourth position. James Trammell now up to fourth. Looked like he had to chuck up just a little bit. The lap's winding down. There's Thomas Walter. He's kind of looking around there saying, hey, where can I get through past these guys? Trying to make a move on the inside there, getting past Durhold. Boy, they're close as they go down to turn 3. Trying to drive under the 20 car. Looks like Walter might get it as he crossed the line. Did he get it that time? Not yet. He's still fifth. James Trammell fighting off the 57 machine. Hard racing now. We're lap 149. Your leader, he's over 2 seconds ahead of second place Schwingel. It'll be the white flag in there next time we come around for Sinchak. And the battle for second is heating up there. Schwingel trying to hold on to that second position from Hernandez. White flag is in the air for Tom Sinchak. This is one of the closest battles at the front of the field. Hernandez trying his best to get that second position. They're battling along. There's Sinchak in the distance, approaching turn 3. Hernandez trying to get a position on Schwingel. Is that going to work on the high side as they come around? They're coming around, and as they do, here comes Sinchak coming out of 4. He's going to cross the line. He'll be your winner. Who's going to be second? Sinchak, your winner. Here come drag race to the line, and who got it? Dustin Schwingel comes away. Second position, Hernandez, P3. Tom Sinchak, ladies and gentlemen, with a powerful performance right when it counted at the end of the race. It looks like he had plenty of tire left for the rest of the field. And I tell you, he had enough left in the tank. And when he pulled the trigger, there was just nothing that nobody could do. Spin across the grass there, Sinchak. Don't hit the wall. There you go. An impressive win for the 5 car. And hopefully now we'll Sinchak and the other The other guys will get down to the winner's circle. See Hernandez and Sinchek, he's already down there. So we do have our two of our top three. We need to get Schwingel down there too. And let's see. I don't know where Schwingel is. I don't know if he's even in the chat or not. I'm looking to see if I can see him. I don't see Schwingel. He may not even be in the chat, tell you the truth. So we'll go ahead and we'll head down to the winner's circle here, and Sinchak taking a Polish victory lap there. Making his way down, perhaps to the victory circle there, which is right there in the front. And he's going to come down and lock her down, lock the brakes up. Right there, your winner, folks, Tom Sinchak. Let's head on down to the victory circle here.
So I try to.
Hey guys, hey, Tony Rice up in the booth, man. Hey Tom, congratulations, man, on that win. Boy, you really had something for him at the end there.
2 for 2, man. Thank you.
The car just felt really. I mean, the car just came alive for you there at the end, huh? Did you feel like you had a lot of tires left, or?
I saved. I just didn't let them get away from me.
I
tried to save as much as I could, and when it was time to turn it on with like 15 laps to go, me and Patrick had a nice little battle, but that was fun. I was waiting for the caution to come out with like 2 laps to go, but
yeah,
the side.
Yeah, I know you guys wanted that to go green all the way, and
absolutely,
yeah, man, and but yeah, that was some great racing, boy. You guys were really getting after it, and congratulations again. And we don't have Schwingel. I don't even know if he's in the chat tonight or not, but we aren't able to talk to him though. But congratulations again, though. And,
thanks, man. Give Patrick a chat. He had a lot to say to me right before that. Good things. Good things.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, man. And so we'll see you next week, and we'll see where you guys end up next week.
If somebody's got a ride for me, maybe I'll come back.
Yeah, 10-4.
So.
Oh, 10-4. Okay, yeah, man. And somebody may have to give you a ride here. You're gonna keep performing like this for sure.
I'll be there.
Anybody want to give a shout out to?
My teammate Kyle Rochelle and all the guys that raced clean, no crashing. Well, for me at least, I know there's some crashing in the back, but yeah, me and Kyle, we've known each other for a while, so got to give him a shout out.
10-4. Congratulations again.
Thanks, bud.
Hey, Patrick, man, third place. Hey, you're going to get comfortable getting up here on that podium week in and week out.
Man, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was hell of a fun. Man, the car was fast.
Uh-huh.
The car was fast. On that last restart, I tried to save as much tire as I could, but I was under attack from the 48, from the 9, from the 12, man, from everybody. I tried to save as much as I could. Then in the last 15 laps, I tried to have a battle with Tom, but then I saw that he started sailing away, and I said, okay, I burned my tires. So at that point, my strategy was completely different. Like, okay, he's sailing away. I'm not gonna catch him, so let's try to save a second or third place. And man, those last 24 laps, man, it was. Whew.
Yeah, that was you guys are battling like you were battling for the win there, man. You were trying to get that second place there, man. You almost got it coming down to the line. I think, man, that was like super close.
Man, I almost had Dustin there at the line, but I got a little bit tight there exiting turn 4.
Right.
And he got out with more momentum, and I said, okay, yeah, he's gone. But man, what a race, what a car. I have a couple issues in the first restart. As I mentioned before, I had to burn the flat repair. I was racing hard, but conscious that, hey, try to not mess up because you don't have any more flat repair.
Yeah.
But man, it was a great race, great battle there at the end, and man, I'm even sweating.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know how that is, man. Yeah, some of these races they can work you pretty hard, boy. I tell you. And but yeah, man, I tell you. So good luck to you guys, and I'm gonna can y'all get out of this channel, or do you need me to move you, or I'm not sure.
I can get out.
You,
Don't
you,
worry.
you can get out. Okay, then. And I'm going to go grab, see if we can grab James Trammell. I believe he finished fourth position. We're going to pull him down here.
Okay, Tony, no
All right.
problem.
Okay.
See you tomorrow, and thanks for the stream. Awesome job as always.
10-4. Take it easy, guys. Hey, James, it's Tony in the booth. How you doing, man?
Good, good. How are you, Tony?
Pretty good, man. Man came back. Fourth position. Good finish for you tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was a long haul for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you, was it? I guess was it strategy, or was it just a little bit of luck, or a little bit of both there at the end?
So caught up in a caution, spun out, come back around, starting in the back, just driving through it. I knew with the amount of laps left that we were going to have at least one green flag stop if it went green throughout. Chances are, obviously, you're going to probably have a late caution. So drove up through the field, took tires when I had, a chance, and just kept pushing.
10-4. Yeah, man. I guess you guys, you're looking good. Feeling good about going to round number 13 after some good performances here lately. Huh?
Yes, sir. Was on the outside looking in on the chase, and with this P4 spot, it should put me in contention for the playoffs if we keep at it.
10-4. Well, congratulations on that top 5 finish. Finishing fourth, and we'll see you next week. And who knows? Maybe we'll be talking to you up on the podium there.
We hope so, Tony. I appreciate you, sir.
10-4. What channel were you in? Did you want me to put you someplace different, or?
Nah, admin's fine.
Admin, okay. All right, we'll talk to you later, buddy.
Take care, sir.
Right now. And folks, that's gonna do it for us tonight. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Let's go ahead and take a look at the at the finishing order here. The results here. Bring those up for you. Tom Sinchak, your winner. Dustin Swingle, second. Patrick Hernandez, third. James Trammell, fourth position. Thomas Walter rounds out the top 5, followed by Landon Durhold, Adam Westfield, Ryan Ferraro. Vincent Sora only got back up to 9th. Kyle Rochelle rounds out the top 10. Aaron Kralik, 11th. Sean Huffstutler, 12th. Douglas Carlson, 13th. Drayton Cook, 14th. Merrick Watchhorn, 15th. Maurice Gomillion, 16th. Jesse Thornock, 17th position. In 18th, we got Mike Vano. In 19th position, move this so we can scroll that down. In 19th position, we got Max Foner. Rob Slider, 20th. David Sanders, 21st. Dakota Moniz, neither some retirements here. Moniz, 22nd. Miller, 23rd. And Chip Parks, 24th position. So for all of us here at Rice Motorsports TV, we want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe button so you know when we go live again. And for all of us here, have a pleasant evening.